All right, so I want to get moving with the standard libraries, especially the standard draw. This is a nice juicy chapter or unit. So we're going to create a new project in BlueJ. Let me share the screen. We're going to do it together. So let me get this out of the way. And before I actually create the project, I want to make sure you know that we have all the resources available already in Canvas. Take a look over here. I moved the module down so it's closer to unit module 6. I have put a few more things. Let's take a look over here. We have the standard in and standard out. We're going to need more than that. We're going to need the standard draw. So let's see what we have over here. Here's the standard draw. Now, the standard draw has some changes here and there. And that's why I didn't actually just copy the file itself, because if they make changes, you want to get always the latest version. So let's see what we have over here. And here's the HTML. So I'm going to take everything that's in here. So it is kind of a big file. So I'm going to select all of it. And I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go to my project, which we haven't created it yet, right? So let's go over here. Let's create a new project. First, we're going to create a new folder unit. Sorry. And I'm going to be right here. I'm going to say new folder. I'm going to call it the same as before, but it's going to be unit 2. I know that you might have a different organization here. And I'm okay with that, as long as you do have an organization, because we're going to end up with a lot of stuff. And if you do not have some way of telling where things are, it's going to be a little bit ugly, plus kind of disorganized. I think you need to have things organized to be able to work better. So in here now, I can actually create a project, just like we did in unit 1. And I believe we call it in out. If you look at the instructions, let's go to the module. And I'm going to pull back a little bit to where we are doing today, which is coming from right here. I call it redirection and piping preparation right here. And so the first thing it's going to ask you is to create a new project in BlueJ, call in out, and then the location will be unit 2, which is the new folder. That is what we're actually working on. So let me go back to my okay, so once I'm in here, I'm going to call BlueJ, because we're going to let BlueJ do that for us. So if you do command spacebar, that's not really what I wanted. Let me get that. It should be command. What am I doing? Okay, let's go to the spotlight over here. And right here, we're going to call BlueJ. So it's going to come up probably with the latest project you were working on, which is okay. And now from here, we're going to create a new project. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to say new project. And I'm going to look for where I'm going to put it. So again, it is important that you have a good organization, because you're going to end up with a lot of stuff and you need to know where things are. Okay. So let's go. My Java programs. And here is where I'm going to put it. And I am going to call this in out, using the camel case right here. And I'm going to create it. I don't need this one, so I'm going to close it. Let's take a look at what happened on the Finder. So it looks like we can see that this has been created. And here's the Blue Jay icon that tells you that you actually have a project from Blue Jay. My suggestion, and it's only a personal option, a preference, I should say, is I like to use this icon over here, right here. Take a look. This one, it's to me, it's the best organized way to look at things. I don't know, but it's all depending on you. I don't think I'm going to need this anymore. So I'm going to close it. And I'm going to create a new file. Let's say you already created those files in a different project. You can add them from here. I'll show you. Let me get this a little bit closer to where the menu is on the top. So you can say edit, and then from add from file, you can look for that particular files that maybe you created somewhere else. Like I know I have it somewhere because I have used them before. And I think I call them previous STB. And I'm just showing you this in case that you, in fact, you did something like this. And so all I have to do now is click on this. I can open it, and it will be part of my project. You can also bring the actual, take a look at the font finder. Where's the finder? So if we look, if I was going to find those files that you already created, right? So I'm gonna go right here. You can drag it, and I think I already have shown you this before. Here it is. I'm actually dragging those files that are not the latest. I'm doing that on purpose. You don't need this. I'm doing this only because I want to use the latest version. So let's say you did. Somehow you created a folder without the standard libraries that you need. And so all you want to do is just to either drag it or use the edit from the top. But in this case, because I don't remember how old these standard libraries are, I am going to create it with a new class. I don't need this, so I'm going to remove them. I'm going to say it's okay, remove them. It's okay because we don't need them for now. So just to get the latest version, because I haven't done it in a little while, I am going to just create a new class. As you can see, I gave it any chunky name because this is going to be changed when I add. So I selected everything. I replaced it with the stuff that I took from the website, which is, take a look, the date. So 2019, so probably those files that I had over there might be updated or not, because some of them are not that recent. So make sure you delete the button. Anything that is not part of the documentation, you can make it part of the documentation. Like for example, I can put them back over here and I can keep it just to make sure that, you know, in case of reference, I don't know. Also the date, if you wanted to do that. Let's see, can I do that? But I don't want to do that now. But you might want to keep the date by making it a comment. When I compile it, it's going to ask me for other files, which makes sense. And look at what happened, change the name of it. Oh, I thought it would ask you for input output. We're going to bring them in anyways, because we're going to need them in these projects coming up. So I'm going to go back over here now. I can close this one. And I'm going to bring this one. And so I'm going to grab all of this, bring it to my project. Bring it to my project. Where's my project? Ah! Let me shrink this a little bit so I can get the project in my face right here. So again, I'm going to create the blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to, and this time I am going to save the dates. The last time that was updated. I think it might be useful to know. And I don't think this is really important. So if I compile here, now it's going to ask me for the standard out. So I am going to save it though. Ensure that it doesn't go away. I can close this. And I'm going to go look for standard out. I don't think you need any other class. Okay, so if I go right here, I'll open it up and I'll do the same thing. And I create a new class with a gibberish name because I don't care about it right now. And I'm going to select everything, replace it, the new one. Yes, I will copy this. I will keep this. I'm going to go to the top. I don't need this. And should be able to compile now. Yes, this one compile. And technically we can compile the whole project and it's nice, looking good. All right, so I can close this. And let's take a look in the module. The first one, the one that we are going to prepare to do all this work. And this is going to be a short video. Important thing is that we have the project with the standard libraries that we need and in the right new, it's a new project, a new folder, so things are not like thrown over there in the middle of nowhere. So what is this over here? What is that going to give us? So here's some important information you need. What I want you to do is the following. We're going to add to this project files we're going to need for the actual lesson. And these are all copyable. I mean, you can copy them directly. So I'm going to take this. Should preserve the format. Let's hope so. If not, we're going to have to do something in between. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So now to change that name on the top, I'm going to first save it. And as you can see, it did. I'm going to compile it. I want to make sure that has no errors. So here's one. I'm going to put it by itself. I like to keep the standard libraries on a different group. Let's go down. What else do we need? We need the next one, which is 20 questions. Let's copy this. We will make changes as we go in the lesson itself, but it's important to have this on this to start with. And I'm going to save it. Compile is good. Let's see. What else do we need over here? Let's take this one so far is the third one. Take it right here. Whatever it is. And then I'm going to just keep those things together. Probably, I know that not everybody agrees with me, but this is one of the many reasons why I like BlueJ. It allows me to do some manipulation of visuals. Do we need anything else? Yes, we need the average. So we're going to copy this file. Make sure you copy whatever belongs to that file, okay? And I'm selecting everything, and I'm going to replace it and save it and compile it. And there you go. And I think that's it. This is what you need to get started with the first lesson on a standard draw. Not just a standard draw, because we're going to be using also input, output. So we need to have those three files there. There is an audio that we might use later and the random later. Also, we'll see that. Okay, get this ready to go, because we're going to need it for this lesson. There will be more videos coming up. See you soon.